Hi and welcome to today's video, and today I'm going to be looking at Drag Queen Story Hour. So I've crossed swords with Drag Queen Story Hour before, way before I had this channel back in 2020. So this time around, when I saw that they were coming on tour to all of our local councils, I knew that once again I would have to go through the rigmarole of making a complaint to my local authority that they had failed to do an equality impact assessment. They weren't considering their public sector equality duty, and they were ignoring good safeguarding practice. So more videos will follow to discuss the complaint and possibly to help anybody else out there that wants to make a complaint in their area. The first thing that I want to look at is the corporate governance of the company Drag Queen Story Hour, which is confusing. I knew I would need to have up-to-date information on their company structure and know whether or not everything was above board in terms of how it all worked. So I did a bit of digging, and I cannot recommend highly enough the Companies House website, which is an amazing resource, free to all users, to look up any company you like and find out all sorts about it. I used it a lot in the Jamie Wallace videos, which I still haven't finished that series. So let's just take a little look at the Drag Queen Story Hour. Just a bit of housekeeping. I just want you to be aware that the levels of audio of the phone conversations are very low. So I've actually added like subtitle headings so that you can follow along with those. They might be easier to understand, but I also repeat everything that's said. I'm in conversation here with Companies House. Now, at the moment, that CIC has an active proposal to strike off. So an active proposal to strike off means that the company is being dissolved. The only two ways to end a CIC is to either convert it into a charity or to dissolve it. And so what happened in this case was there were no accounts submitted since it was incorporated in 2020. So the Companies House people sent them, information that said that if you're not going to file accounts, then we're going to close you down. And so he decided that what he was going to do was close it down. So that's why he submitted this notice. So my next question is about the gent who is the director of these companies.
Sabastian Joseph. What I've discovered is that they've actually opened a company doing the exact same thing.
I was wondering whether or not it was legal to use your full name, including your middle name, to be the director of some companies, and your full name, excluding your middle name, to be the director of other companies, because obviously the search function only works if all of the companies that you're a director of come up when your name is clicked. But what actually happens is that only happens if you've registered the same name for all companies. My next question was, is it allowed to dissolve a CIC while launching a for-profit company to do the exact same thing? Because the only ways you're supposed to be able to end a CIC are by dissolving it or converting it to a charity.
Is it perfectly fine because it's a new company, or it's fine because they're a different company? Okay, but they're doing the same thing. That's okay, that's not breaking any rules.
There's a couple of things going on here to create a new company with a blank slate. So it's not connected with the old company because there can't be a direct connection. That's not allowed. You're not allowed to change a community interest company. That is a non-profit company that has to plough all profits back for the benefit of the community. You're not allowed to convert one of those into a profit business to make profit for one individual or for multiple shareholders to do with what they wish. So by making a new company with a very similar name, that connection isn't direct, even though they're doing the same thing to the same customers, using the same proprietor, in the same vein, using the same drag queen. It's not the same company. And the other thing is that by not carrying over the same name as the director, there's no direct link to both companies with either one of those names. Either one of those names brings up only one of those company options. So we get a really good explanation from the man from Companies House.
We probably just decided CIC was not the right technical for what they're doing. It's a bit more tricky to file accounts with the CIC, and obviously it has to have a relation with the community, and I just thought it wasn't the right fit for what they're actually doing.
The company is not the right fit because what he wants to do is earn a good living, and it's a lot more difficult to do that from a CIC. So I just asked some further questions about the accounts.
So is that normal? There's no accounts from the 16th of June 2020 to the 24th of May 2022.
And the response from the man from Companies House was very clear.
It's as normal as any other company might be struggling to file.
So struggling to file, that means basically that you, for whatever reason, you haven't completed your returns on time. And so obviously Companies House do chase that up. So the upshot is that this is not dodgy dealing, this is not illegal, this is not breaking any laws. It doesn't look great to those of us who are not working in this field day in, day out, because whenever things aren't easy to find, it always makes me suspicious, because this stuff is supposed to be easy to find. So anything that makes things more difficult to find raises my suspicions. But this is a perfectly legitimate business. It's trading legitimately. We won't know whether or not they are filing their returns until next year. So we can't get any further with the Companies House angle. So thanks for watching today's video. I'm sorry it's a little bit frustrating, but I feel it's important to document the blind alleys that we go down, as well as the more productive activism that we do. And so I wanted to make sure that I made a record of the fact that sometimes we follow up things that look dodgy and they turn out to be okay. That's just the way it goes. There's plenty of other angles. Tomorrow we're going to be looking at, the theoretical justification behind the idea of these drag shows. Take care. I'll see you very soon.